Hello viewers, today the camera day na CCSL office concerning a media meeting with the Conservative Society gets with the media concerning the hazard of oil and gas activities. And as we at the compound now, and I go get for know how this media meeting gets for go on, and also waiting at some of the message we get for come out from this meeting here. So hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
My name is Mustafa Kurma. I'm a geophysicist.
Okay, and as we see, you be one of the facilitators to this workshop we get today now. So we get where the workshop get for deal with oil and gas hazard and also environmental risks. I go want for you tell viewers what you think about this whole workshop.
Yeah, well, first, I make a disclaimer. Conservation Society invites me on a private capacity for can facilitate the workshop for make a presentation on environmental hazards for oil and gas exploration. They will look at oil and gas exploration from a global perspective, from a regional perspective, or probably on a national scale.
Okay. So now let me talk about the oil and gas. Viewers go on for know like if a salon gets oil and gas.
Yes, well, the answer will get oil. Like any country now the world, we then get oil. I think the question will be if we get commercial oil. Because now in the people and want no, not to the oil they want no. If we get commercial, so the difference there between get oil and get commercial oil. If you just get oil no more, that means you will pull them and sell them. You know, the government they get money, the people they get money. But when you get commercial oil, you go able to pull them at the ground and sell them. The people they get money and government get money. So yes, we get oil nas alone because we don't establish that point there. We don't establish the thing the way if you get it no more, that shows you get the oil. We don't prove that one day. What we do for prove if we get them in commercial quantity. Now that process there would day.
Okay. So as you talk about the commercial oil, so the viewers we maybe not first time this for a that what they so within that they mean the commercial oil.
Well, commercial oil get beaucoup definitions. It depends from the points where they look at them. But from a general perspective, when you talk about commercial oil, now the quantity they talk about. So normally, if like you discover oil, the first way they can, where they ask, it is beaucoup. So the first way normal people like you look in terms of commerciality of oil, now how much of an day under the ground we go able to pull and sell. But commercial oil not only limits you to if it beaucoup. It also get for do with the quality of the oil. You can get beaucoup oil under the ground, but in quality not good. What you then call conventional oil. If it's not good, then in as much as it beaucoup, it go also affecting commerciality. Oil can also not be commercial depending on the political climate of the country. If the country in political climate not stable, microeconomics not stable, it can also mean people in it come for can explore and pull them and sell them. So once, even if it did it beaucoup, it get good quality. If people are not come for pull and ground and sell them, it's not commercial. So you can also talk about the commerciality based on the political climate. You can also talk about commerciality based on the company in profit portfolio. Because each company gets in profit margin. Now in the defined as a profit. So once you know reach that amount in terms of profit, you know they define that particular project as commercial. So it depends the country or the company where they can work in the country. If the Huawei is seen a grown, it meets in profit margin, now you go make you say, okay, what you don't see is commercial. What you will not see in no commercial. Me normally can just refer them to traders. Like how they sell abacha, they all rent in shop $10,000, they how they tutti market go sell, they all get different profit margin. They how they sell abacha and say if you get your susu money go pay a profit margin. But they how they pay 10-15,000 shop, it go sell 20,000 per day to run not to profit, not to business standard. So the same thing back with oil companies. You get what you then call super major companies like the Exxon. The way it's about them profit like in billions. So if you can see oil in a particular way, like if you sell, now just million in terms of profit to run into a commercial project that one day. But if you see a small company where then they try number, they try small, then can where them profit margin $500,000-$600,000. and can see the profit day, we sell it, we make that profit day. To them, that particular project day is commercial. So commercial is relative. It depends on the company, it depends on the political climate, it depends on the quality of the oil, it depends on the quantity of the oil.
So before a company they come for can look this particular oil or come in for say, okay, now we want this particular oil for be commercial. Now get any quality we then get for looking to force for say this particular oil and get for make profit out of it.
Well, as I say, if a company come, like for instance, if company one can work in a salon, then go come for us and try for get a license from the government for getting the legal mandate for look for the oil in a salon. So once they get that license they get for go through Parliament ratify that license and make it legally binding. Once they get that license, then begin find the data. Because you get for find the data where they look and it will determine which side you feel say oil day in your own technical estimation. So once you don't do that one day, the geologist, geophysicist, and then go sit down and look at data, sometimes 2-3 years, sometimes more than that, because the investment is huge. So you just can look at within 1 month, you say, oh, we don't see another for good drill. You have to spend some time with a lot of technology, a lot of softwares, and then reach that decision, say, oh, if we drill now, we'll go meet this amount of oil. But remember, that is just an assumption because on a computer they look. The real answer, now when you drill, you go na ground, what they meet, and the true. Not what you in the computer. Sometimes you can say you get billions of barrels at the computer, where you go down, not to in. Sunday back now the rivers can happy if you say no get boku na the computer, but if you go down, you go meet boku. So the actual true, now when you drill the hole, you go na ground, which they meet and ion. So with companies, they need just scan more than say commercial oil there. Then go for get the data, they made 3D data, seismic data, well data, they analyze them. But the ultimate answer, then go for dig hole. With them dig hole, within they meet na ground, now you go show them if the oil they boku. And not to one hole for drill, for me then say this oil is in commercial quantity. Then go for the more than 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And network there all. And study this vast area outside they don't drink the oil. And able to see the quality, then able to see the quantity, of course the political climate in at the surface and the see them. The economics, when at the price of the oil for the day at the market, then they also see them. So once they want where they get control, they don't see them, they don't drink na grow, they don't go see the quantity. And most of all, it meets them profit margin, then go say the oil we don't find is commercial.
As you they talk about the drilling and also we don't see we even the mining side that we don't go on mining we don't go on a different side and we see how it can cause risks to the environment. So you not think say like this oil if you now a company come na salon for come look for made them go able for know if they go able for get this particular oil na salon, not to say go get for cause another risks to the environment.
Yes. Every project na the world where you want to get the environmental risks. Nothing of it. We not get environmental risks. What you normally with a campaign with environmentalists now for more do something sustainable. Do unsustainable in the sense that we pick it all not born it. Make them come, they will enjoy what they now. So where they work na the environment, no see people and they will get for come behind you. For come enjoy back this same place where they after you don't go. So normally with the oil and gas, like any other project, again your environmental impact, where it cost to the environment or environmental problem, where it cost to the environment. What you normally then he advise or what you would preach, now for me the impact not be substantial. The environment may not big to a point that you will reverse back the environment to I been there before. But if you destroy the environment and you will reverse them, then a sustainable use. Like for instance, if you cut tree, plant tree, it's a sustainable use. But you don't go cut tree, burn, you know, plant tree. It's not sustainable. So the oil project, like any other project, it gets an environmental problem. So now I make the government get the Environmental Protection Agency with the responsibility now for make sure say companies for the oil and gas and any other company that mining where they want to do something first, then for know what they want to do, how you get for spoil the environment. That's the first thing. You get for write that document there. We want to do this work, like for if one for the petrol, one good drill, we get for put first all the environmental problems we get for happen. The way we don't put them, we put the mechanism we go do for prevent making not happen. Or for reduce if it happen may not big. Because some of the problems them, if you put the mechanism in place, it not go happen. Some of them, even if you put mechanism in place, then go happen. But enough I made it happen big to a level that you know able to control the environment again. So once you don't put, they want to get happy, we get control power and show how they arrange them. They want to not get control power, how they prevent them, they not happen. They will submit the document to EPA, Environmental Protection, and then look at them. And once they look at them, you don't explain all what you get for do. EPA are responsible for monitor you, for me to say you implement within the documents. So with oil and gas, I think one of the big problem he always pray for oil and gas. Now for way oil they throw away na the water. So like also with the work na the water. All the exploitation of the Sierra Leone country now water in the drum. So God forbid if we explore for oil or produce oil in the future, then that oil is thrown in the water. What you go happen to the fishing community? What you go happen to the tondem or village where they near the sea? It's a big disaster. Like what I showed the video for Nigeria, see people don't even get water for drink. The fish then they die. So there's a big problem. So one of the things for put measures in place, if una they look for oil, may una not reach to a point it go through in the water. If una they dig, una for make sure say una not pull it dirty and send it back na the water, we will kill the fish them. If una dey na the ship, una dey walk na the water, all the waste product una dey put na the ship, una not throw na the water, una bring na the land. And can treat them and dispose of them. So all land they depend on the EIA. And before then they use different equipment for working at the water, but because of these environmental issues, now they don't change. Before like they use dynamite for do survey, but now they say no, because dynamite they cause a lot of problems. So they stop all that one day. So now they use air gun. Now just gun, then pump boku breeze panam, then explode the breeze. We not get the impact to fish and the marine life is minimal. Compared to we explode dynamite in the water. Of course, if you explode that, they kill boku fish there. So these are some of the measures. So like if you project, if you want explode dynamite, EPA go say no explode dynamite in this country. They are against the law. Instead, go use air gun. We need to kill more of the fish. If they kill self is small compared to dynamite. So these are some of the things we they do for prevent big environmental impact to the environment.
Okay, and that brings me to the question, because that question we also be in my mind for us. Do you start for talk about how we get for deal with the fish? Because if a salon start for pull this commercial oil, and then we see how fish business start right now in the market. The water at the surface not so hot for the fish. We go make the fish then go left with water and go na next water.
Fish generally are great. Some fish they can one side only for can lay egg. When they don't lay egg, they don't born the young one, then they go back. They all go back. So with respect to more say like would they produce oil in the future. So you therefore can build your infrastructure. You know just you can produce oil one day no more. You therefore can build this massive rig, big like hose inside the water. So definitely that radius they will say all the facility there, fish don't go there. Because the vibration, the noise, and all that, they not go on the other side. But you go call that one day a minor impact. You go call a minor impact if you look in terms of the money, if you pull the oil, you sell them, how much it bring to government and to the people. Compared to them fish and the oil, who don't disturb, if you pull the oil, you sell, how much of that money they get. So normally with environmental impact, you therefore look the advantage and the disadvantage. But if now just a set of fish or small amount of fish, now they know you can at the radius inside the drilling ship day is acceptable. So even normally if we work with the Minister of Fisheries, where then go talk to them fishermen, they will get certain radius, you know they go to the work day. Because you go disturb with because they put all the line in the water. So they may no that's not can they. Then say for more no disturb them, we go inform them no can they. So like a two-way make. But as I begin before, nothing know the way they do when an economic or developmental project to the environment, we need to destroy the environment. What do they preach? Make the disturbance be sustainable.
So this commercial oil, if salon starts for producer, how the country will benefit?
It gets a huge benefit. We don't see country that we don't get oil and then use them correctly, the resource. We don't see country like Norway before they discover oil, then work na fishing. So when they discover oil, the government makes sure say they use the money for the benefit of the people in Norway. So what did they do? Then develop the fishing industry in Norway. Norway now one time they order ship from overseas. So because they know say they don't discover oil and therefore use a lot of ships for pull the oil, they open a ship industry. Now they make ship in Norway. So it just it boil to governance. The whole thing about resource, just like diamond in this country, it depends on the governance. So if you have a good government and this money come and the government put the people in before, it go benefit. But if this money come on the oil and the government not put them people in before, the people not go benefit. It will be cost. So the whole thing about discovering commercial oil, we get the oil. If we people away they manage that resource there, not put people in before, the people not go benefit. But if they put the people in before, people not go benefit. Okay.
So what's in the word we go at all with you, don't say so?
Generally, I think continue for try for more will get companies them way credible for can work in the country and look for oil. They bid round they on now and people for applied and they can look for oil in the country. Way for make it be for the benefits of the people and the benefits of the company, because they need to do business for loss, they do business for make. So with respect to Sierra Leoneans, probably we'll talk about the expectations, because some people and just believe as they say now commercial oil day, the next thing for just pull them and you put them motoka. The oil business on the work so even if you don't pull the raw crude, you got to go through a refined process. For me, they able to turn them to usable products where you put them in motor or use them whatever na gas or whatever. So it's got to do with patience, it's got to do a lot of investments, it got to do with a lot of courage, a lot of marketing, let international companies then come, and where then come, more could give them the political climate so that then go able to invest and make sure their money secure. And then once commercial oil come out, money begin come, the rest now depend to governance. If you have a good governance, people can go benefits like Norway, like America, like other country. But if you not get a good governance, the people can go continue for suffer.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my sister.
My name is Abdul Kapr Dumbuya. Me the communications manager for Conservation Society of Sierra Leone.
Okay, and we see today when I got a meeting with media practitioners. Them, I go want to follow you tell viewers why I decide for all such meeting.
Yes, we hold this meeting today na Chasul conference room, Kiama Road, Afritong, with media practitioners drawn from all media houses across the country for ensure say we sensitize them on issues we relate to oil and gas pollution on the environment in the country.
Okay, so you think saying at the right time this for make una get the meeting there so with the media?
Oh yes, that the right time this, and we will continue to get the meeting there. Of course, we'll be done the work with the media for a very long time on oil and gas issues since 2019, where we receive the first support from Mava Foundation through PRCM in Senegal for support for sensitize the general public and also engage government institutions on issues where relates to oil and gas pollution on the environment. So this now for let the help the media let the help for sensitize the general public, because the media then is people in the see them largely as one of the best tools for development in any country.
So what will be the outcome of this meeting?
Well, the outcome of the meeting is that the media then be able to get good education from one specialist where we draw from the Petroleum Directorate. We take them through all the issues them, and of course take them through a lot of things that we did not be ever understand before, and this will serve as the basis for their reporting. You know, whether not on newspapers, on television, on radio, bloggers them as well. You know, we can get all Nayaso today. So that one will help them greatly as they report on oil and gas pollution as the way it affects the environment. You know, because this we talk about oil and gas. Most of the time, you know, we leaders them most of the time wetin dem dey focus on na the good things that way they come with oil and gas extraction or production a country, the economic boom, but then they forget the hazards that we can come also with this economic boom. So now that make we as a civil society organization, conservation society, we demand fit say we suppose for engage the journalists let us help we, because we not do them before and we will continue for do them, but you know, liaising with the journalists, working with the journalists, with the media, we think say that is a very good step in the right direction for ensure say people then get more knowledge about the issues that we relate to oil and gas in Sierra Leone.
Okay. So what's the message we at all with you? Don't say so.
The message, the final message is that people then need for be guided, you know, on the issues them we get for do with oil and gas. We all know within the accidents where recently we happen, where we lost over 100 of we countrymen them to tanker explosion, and we don't get them similar incidents and they severally now other parts of the country, you know, over time, and we expect say then TSO will get for happen even more when oil extraction and production will start for really happen, and we don't go want for we can begin talk about that where then will begin happen. We want to begin talk right ahead, yes, before anything they happen, so that people then will really be sensitized and will be informed, so that the magnitude of the hazards, the impacts will go happen will be reduced considerably.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As soon as I've done listen concerning the meeting with the Conservative Society Salon being get with journalists them, when I don't know the outcome of the meeting, what you're waiting be happen during the meeting. Mina Isatu Sesay. Until we meet again, I say, tata.